What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to your stimulus check update, stimulus package, and infrastructure update and daily news report for Wednesday, June 16th. So today we have a lot of stuff that we need to discuss. In today's video, I want to discuss the possible automatic stimulus payment plan for the American people, also the start of the budget reconciliation process that is actually going to begin today. Also want to address how this unemployment issue is going to be impacting over 400,000 Americans, and I want to address the important daily news for today. So first off, thank you guys for watching. If you could enjoy these daily uploads, could you do me a favor? Hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. Also, feel free to subscribe so that you never miss an update. Now, let's get into what is currently being discussed. So, first, the automatic payments, the automatic stimulus checks. Here's what's being discussed, and this is something that could really help out the American people. This is also something that the Problem Solvers Caucus, which is a bipartisan group of members of the House, this is something that they have actually recommended as well. And this is currently something that many people do support. And this is automatic payments that are triggered by the economic conditions. What we know right now is that over 80 lawmakers are currently publicly stating that they are in favor of an additional fourth stimulus check. 50 of them want to see recurring stimulus checks. Roughly 21 senators want to see a stimulus check as well. And the American people obviously want an additional stimulus check. But now, Democratic lawmakers want to see that stimulus checks are tied to the economic conditions as opposed to just handing them out just to whoever wants to get one. So here's what we know. Right now, this would mean that the stimulus checks would be triggered once certain economic conditions are met. Now, this is extremely important because as of right now, we don't have details as to what those economic conditions would be. However, in the past, we heard the economic conditions would be something like the unemployment rate, would be something like CPI data. Because if the cost of products keeps rising and going up, the American people need a little bit more money. This especially comes, and this is especially true for people on Social Security benefits, SSI, SSDI, even our veterans. It makes it so hard to have a fixed income, but yet you keep seeing the products that you're buying get more and more expensive. At some point, it's going to hit that inflection point where the products are going to be more expensive than what you actually make. And that means you will have to cut out some things that you normally use. Now, what we know right now is that some lawmakers want to see stimulus checks passed, and this is why they're tying the stimulus check to the economic conditions. However, there's already been a group of lawmakers that are fighting not for stimulus checks, but survival checks. A survival check would be different because a survival check would be to help the American people just survive through the pandemic, right? It's something that should be needed. A stimulus check, and again, the name doesn't matter, it does the exact same thing, but others say a stimulus check isn't needed because we do not need additional stimulus here in the economy. The economy is already, and many experts are worried, we are overheating the economy. So, what are we going to see? Are we going to see a stimulus check or a survival check? Honestly, they're the exact same thing. It really doesn't matter. But the American people, especially those that are hardest hit, those that are in need, they need something just to make it through this pandemic. So, according to a letter from the House Ways and Means Committee a few weeks back, they said, and I quote, "Families and workers shouldn't have to worry about whether they'll have enough money to pay for essentials in the months ahead as the country continues to fight a global pandemic and recession." So hopefully, this will mean that more people will be taken care of in this time of need. Right now, yes, families and workers should not have to worry about whether they even have enough money to pay for the things that they need. But the problem is that's exactly how Congress has made it. And the other issue, and this is something that many people have brought up, and this is something that a lot of people are considering regarding the child tax credits, is right now, if if the hardest hit individuals, the lower income earners, if they're going to rely on this child tax credit of $300 or $250 per month for the rest of this year, and maybe into the next 3 to 4 years, the problem is they will be reliant on this income. Let's say they have 2 children and they get $600 extra per month. They are going to be 100% reliant on this income every single month, especially if you wait 2 years and you're getting this $600 every single month for 2 years. What happens when this ends? The problem is then the American people will be reliant on the government, and that is not a good place to be. I can tell you right now. You do not want to rely on the federal government for assistance, because at any point they could just end it and you will be stuck high and dry. So that's what a lot of people are saying as well. This is one of the reasons why many are saying they will not take the child tax credit as a monthly payment. They'll get it at the end of the year, because then they won't be 100% reliant on this money every single month. So we'll see. Now, I'm not going to really address the child tax credits any more than that in today's video, obviously, because first off, I think I addressed the child tax credit. I did it multiple times yesterday. I've done it over the past few days as well. So I know a lot of you guys are getting sick and tired of hearing it, so I'm not going to discuss that anymore today, or at least in this video. But I do want to discuss something else that was reported later last night as well, and this is that President Biden, he recently got on multiple Zoom calls with some of the Senate Democrats, telling them to just calm down. And the reason why, and this is very interesting, according to the Washington Post, they reported that the infrastructure talks were becoming increasingly difficult to navigate with. This is exactly what happened when Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell at that time, he's the minority leader now, but Senator Mitch McConnell had to tell multiple lawmakers, multiple Republican lawmakers, especially in the Senate, to just stay quiet. Just stay quiet while he negotiated with Nancy Pelosi. And this is actually something that even reports indicate that Mitch McConnell told former President Donald Trump to just stay quiet, stay calm. I will do the negotiation. Okay, you just do your job, and we'll get through this. Well, it didn't really happen that way, and so because of that, Mitch McConnell tried to calm down Donald Trump. Well, it didn't work, and well, we are right here. So this is something that we will hear a little bit more of as we move forward, because this is something that is actually playing into what is going to happen right now. Here's what we know. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he states that the Senate will move forward with the budget reconciliation process starting today. He said that Congress is moving forward on 2 different tracks. First, okay, both are the right direction, but first, we got one track that is a bipartisan infrastructure package. Cool. That is still being worked on. Then on the other track, on the other train track, we got the budget reconciliation bill, and the rest of, and whatever the infrastructure package will not contain, that bipartisan infrastructure package on track 1, if that doesn't include, let's say, free community college, which it's probably not, right? Because it shouldn't be pure infrastructure, or it doesn't include, bridges for whatever reason, right? Let's say they want to pass another $100 billion for bridges. Well, that's going to be moved over to track 2, and then they'll push that through a budget reconciliation. So 2 different tracks, they're going to work it on the same time, and currently, the Senate Budget Committee, I believe, is actually moving forward with this, and they're going to meet today. This is a group of 11 committee members, I believe. Also, the Senate Finance Committee, as of this week, is going to be moving forward with President Biden's $6 trillion government spending bill as well for fiscal year 2022. And at the same time, the Senate, according to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, they will take up voting rights as early as this month. So the Senate, according to all reports, does have their plans together, but we will see how this actually plays out. Now, Chuck Schumer, he actually had this to say the other day as well. In order to move forward on infrastructure, we must include bold action on climate. I bring this up because multiple reports out this week and a couple last week indicated that multiple lawmakers will not support any bill that doesn't include climate change as well. And this is where Nancy Pelosi is saying this could be a tough sell because there's no way to get bipartisan support and include climate change. It's just not going to happen in the current conditions that we're in. And from what we've been hearing, Democrats are tired of waiting for Republicans to come to the negotiation table with a higher offer. They do not want to wait. They didn't want to wait to begin with, and many bash President Biden for trying to do a bipartisan deal when they didn't have to. So, Democrats will move forward without Republicans on at least one track. That is going to be the American Families Plan, or what many are calling the stimulus package. There is some stimulus in here. However, I would not assume this would be a stimulus package because it's not going to do that much. Okay, at least according to reports based on how it is currently laid out. Now, even representative and the chairman or chairwoman of the U.S. Progressive Caucus, Pramila Jayapal, she actually had this to say on Twitter just the other day, and I quote, "No more negotiations, no more missed deadlines. People need the jobs and families plan now. Let's get this done." So, Democrats are eager to get this done, and it seems like they are not going to wait for Republicans, and Republicans have pretty much ran out of time to deal with Democrats with this package. So we will see what happens here. But one problem that many experts are seeing is that Senator Schumer, he wants to get this package ready to present to the conference by early July. Well, here's what we know. Meaning that for one, this could jeopardize the bipartisan infrastructure talks depending on what's included in this bill. This was also, according to reports, this was also just a delay tactic from the Republicans. Now, I don't know 100% whether this is a delay tactic or not. I don't think anybody does. But reports are indicating that this was just a delay tactic and that this tactic actually worked. So right now, some are saying that this is where we are at. This is where Democrats and Republicans are going to kind of split ways, split off, and we will see what happens. But the problem is, if President Biden still wants to get a bipartisan deal done, and Senator Joe Manchin wants this as well, the problem is by introducing the budget reconciliation now and whatever's going to be in this bill, by introducing this now, this could actually halt all negotiations, all bipartisan negotiations. So this could be a make or break moment. But like President Biden was telling Democrats, they just need to stay calm and be quiet and let the plan do its work. So we'll see what happens there. We also know that this Saturday, and this is another big thing, is that this Saturday an additional 8 states will be canceling their unemployment benefits. This is in addition to the 4 states that already canceled this past weekend. So what I can tell you is this means that many will see no more $300 per week boost. They will see no more freelance or gig worker benefits, and they will see no more long-term jobless aid as well. This is all going to be canceled. This is going to cancel for roughly 420,000 people this coming weekend. These people in the following 8 states are going to lose benefits. This is Alabama, Ohio, Indiana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Now, these 420,000 people that are losing benefits, this is in addition to the 300,000 people that lost benefits this past weekend. Estimates currently say that roughly 4 million people will lose benefits by the first week of July, and all this is happening while the CDC eviction moratorium is about to end at the end of this month in just 14 days. So the tough part about this is that Congress is saying that the child tax credits are coming. Payments are coming. Stimulus checks have been sent out. The income tax returns are still being processed. They say that rental assistance is there for people that need it, yet studies show that less than 5% of these funds have been sent out in multiple states. Reports indicate that the application process is actually so daunting at this point that many applicants don't even do 100% of the application and get it complete. Even people here in the community, others here in the community have said to me that they have applied. they have applied in their state and they call to inquire about it. And all that happens is the person sends them to one department, that department sends them to another. They go back and forth among departments. Hours later, still nobody has any information for them. So, to say the least, this is frustrating. However, this is life. This is life to many people. If they don't get this, they will be kicked out of their homes. If they don't get an additional stimulus check, they can't pay for food. Many people cannot get on SNAP benefits because they make too much money, but yet they're barely making anything. So right now, some say that the whole programs need to be revamped. They need to be changed and modified because right now it's just not working. So we will see. And in other news, General Motors is actually considering loosening up their drug testing policy and raising their wages in order to attract more workers. They are saying right now hiring has been very difficult because of the certain conditions that are out there. I'm not going to say because of unemployment benefits. However, reports do indicate that that is partially part of the reason. But General Motors is saying that they are shifting their strategy and they will try to get their employees back to their company. So we will see what happens there. But what we do know is many companies out there are changing their ways in order to attract more attract more employees, which would potentially attract better customers or more customers at this time. So we will see what happens there. We also know health experts are currently worried that the new Delta COVID variant will begin spreading much quicker. They say that they are mostly worried about the unvaccinated Americans at this time and hope that the United States can reach herd immunity as quickly as possible in order to help with this potential deadly surge. So that is what we know right now. That is what is going on regarding infrastructure, stimulus, COVID, and everything in between. If you guys have any questions, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Like always, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.